Rusty chair.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of DCTV. I am incredibly excited to welcome on the man, the myth, the legend, PropBomb. This is a guy we've been chasing to talk some NBA for quite some time now. He's a busy man. We were able to corral him and are fired up to talk some NBA today, talk through his incredible post-All-Star break run, hear some projections on what he thinks the rest of the year is going to look like, and really give you a peek behind the curtain in terms of his process and daily routines. So welcome on, Jordan.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Dash and I, we always talk behind the scenes, so it's cool to finally kind of show what the conversations are like live, and so everyone can kind of see. So yeah, I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to showcase some stuff that I really think have been really good work.
It's been incredible. Every time that we chat, I learn something new from you. Mm-hmm. I really wanted folks to have that same peek behind the curtain that I've had over the course of the last two seasons. Yeah. If you're not familiar with PropBomb's work, you can go find him on Twitter at PropBomb. He's got 150,000 followers. Mm-hmm. Looking at historical track records, really started tracking daily performance in the 2024 season, where he profited 91.64 units. Followed that up last season with triple-digit unit total, 102. Yeah, you're a prop specialist by nature. You've built an awesome team around you, specialize in different sports. You can really handicap it all, but your main focus is on the NBA. You had an awesome February, finished up 17.45 units with an 11% ROI. Yeah. And post All-Star break has been sick, 50 and 26 with a 65% hit rate. So, Jordan, fill everybody in on anything that I did not touch on about you, about your specialties, about your community.
Yeah. Dash pretty much gave a really nice introduction to me. I have found out throughout the years that NBA has really kind of been my go-to specialty with just entire sports. And I've really kind of leaned into it and really kind of hyper-focused over the just year by year, getting more into it. And I treat it every day like it's a new puzzle. I genuinely look forward to waking up every morning and attacking things and seeing things in different matchups. And I always try to come away with kind of like an educational type experience for the community. It's not just I'm giving out the pick. I'm also giving out almost like a case study as to why something will go over or under. And I guess it kind of comes down to beforehand, I used to write for Action Network, and through that, it really kind of legitimized my product and who I am and my reputation. And I come from a corporate background where before I was doing prop betting, I was pretty much doing financials for high net worth people. So that was kind of fun, but really what I started to see was that my passion was the actual betting on players and just treating it like it's a hobby and also just a fun thing to do. So yeah, I mean, throughout the years, I've built a really nice community. There are the people that I call the OGs that are, I'm sure they're listening to this right now or a replay of this, been there from the start, always are there supporting and always just trying to really just evolve my product every day. I'm never really satisfied with things. I'm always trying to improve how I do things, how I give out plays. Maybe I change some things, but yeah, I'm always just trying to give out my best work. And I'm happy to be doing what I'm doing right now.
That is the perfect way to describe how you go about your business, just doing everything the right way. And we're going to get further into that. One of the coolest things that you've shown me and your community is fully aware of is your tracking sheet. It's one of the most in-depth analytical things
that's helped a lot too. Yeah,
that I've ever seen. You have every bet down to the second in which it was placed, and can even target, hey, my most profitable times in terms of betting are when I place the bet.
Yeah.
between 11 and a.m. and 12 noon.
Yeah.
So excited to get further into that. As I mentioned earlier, you've profited 90 units in both of your first complete seasons. You're one of the sharpest, most transparent figures in the space. What do you attribute this success to? Without giving away too much of the secret sauce?
Yeah.
How the heck have you been able to do what you've done the last couple of years?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a routine that I have every day. I have a massive kind of like back end checklist that I go through with every single kind of game, and I'm looking into every player. I'm not just handpicking, my favorite spots. I'm giving every kind of player a healthy consideration before I lock in. And yeah, I try to really understand situations and context from players from prior games, like any new so said rotation changes that are happening, any team tendencies that kind of copy and paste with other opponents that I kind of just really look into. And yeah, I mean, every day I always get amazed with kind of what comes out of the madness that is the researching. and and yeah, like I'm literally looking at websites and past data, and I'm probably watch as much as NBA as the next person. I mean, I watch a shit ton of NBA.
That was one of the craziest things about seeing your process in person. You were out in our San Francisco office for a couple of days.
Yeah.
This dude watches more film than I have ever seen before. I don't typically think of that as I think it more of it as a coach than a handicapper.
Yeah, I think like
obviously.
a coach. I think that's kind of what it is, Dash. Like I think that's next level. I call it brain betting. Just like next level thinking that the average casual person looks at the board and doesn't consider. Just yeah, I mean I just try to think like I'm a coach pretty much.
You're crunching numbers, you're looking at matchups, you're watching film. Like there's a reason that you're as successful as you are, and that's why I want folks to kind of see that peek behind the curtain, get a taste of the community. Something that I found interesting in our conversations last week and the week prior were you came out to a bit of a slower start this year than you have historically. Last season, you came out of the gates on like a 25-3 run. Obviously, that's tough to reproduce.
Yeah.
You've completely recalibrated post All-Star break, once again, hitting at 65% in a 75 bet sample size. What do you attribute this recent success to?
Yeah, no, I'm very happy with the results lately and the fact that I was able to turn around my season. Um, I think the obvious thing is just the overall, just the fact that it was a nice week off for me. I mean, I'm grinding numbers every single day. I'm looking at the chat, what people are saying, and I just think honestly taking a break and you and I got on a phone call and I was literally like at the beach talking to you. So I think that really was able to clear my head. And I kind of leaned a little bit less into bench players and fringe role players. I've noticed lately, I think I'm taking a lot more like role specific players that basically just do what they're supposed to do rather than just try to get on the right side of variance with a guy coming off the bench that could get pulled right away. So I just little things like that. And yeah, I think I'm seeing the board better. It's just psychology. Like, things go your way and you get motivated by that, and you could just are in a rhythm and you're in like a good like flow. And I think that's kind of attributed to why things have turned around.
That's interesting because it's the opposite experience of what I think in some ways, meaning for myself, it's generally easier for me to read the board pre-All-Star break, just given that it's kind of before the tanking takes place. You have starters playing a normal number of minutes, and then post-All-Star break is where it gets more difficult for me because I'm not nearly as in the weeds as you are.
I think that's kind of where watching the film gives you the biggest edge you're able to identify these, bench guys that are kind of, the teams are pretty much already eliminated from the playoffs, and now they're kind of getting their run to develop. And, watch the preseason as well, so I'm able to kind of pick up on those talented guys that haven't had a chance to shine yet. And yeah, like whenever I see like those types of games between two terrible teams, like I lean into that. Like I really enjoy the chaos that comes with it. So yeah.
Well, you mentioned earlier you stepped up your game every year. Statistically,
Yeah.
proves that. Profited 90 units in 2024, over 100 units in 2025, putting together a great 2026. Beyond just your handicapping game, you've stepped up your tracking sheet and you've built this badass website. So I would love for you to share your screen, show viewers the work that you're doing behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Because it's incredible.
So what I'll do, I think, is I'm going to show you last year's version and then kind of show you the new screen of what it is now, just to kind of show the evolution.
Let's see it.
Yeah. Okay. So, oops. So you'll go plus, and then, all right, let me know if you could see my screen.
We are live, brother.
Okay. So yeah, you'll see here, this was last year and I still do this I still do it. It's just for everyone to see if they, if they have Google Sheets, but this is for everyone right now. It's insane, the level of detail. And obviously it helps me out while I'm like looking for trends. You can see profitable categories. So I have close to 700 bets. What are the most profitable teams? So the Hornets are one of my most profitable, and the Thunder, whereas like the Utah Jazz, I just can't get right. And then profitable player, like this guy is like the GOAT in our Discord, Pele Larson. We are 11-1 on his props, which is crazy. And then you got guys like over here, who was it? Zachary Richichet, who's like -7. So yeah, it's fun. It's like a fun little like in-season tournament to see which player comes out on top. People love that I update them with who's the most profitable. I think it's a fun thing to do in the community. And then like, yeah, like you'll see like profit by time in the day. Like this is very strange to me, this 7 o'clock. I have a 17% ROI. Whereas like this, I mean, it's not enough data, but you get the point.
So for folks
unfamiliar
with what we're referring to, Jordan is literally tracking every bet that he placed. Then
so that's this is what's called like the Insights tab, and you'll see like the calendar too, right? Like I had a pretty rough December, but I really have bounced back lately. The 17-unit month, for some reason, I'm 25 units on Sundays, so it's just cool stuff you pick up, and I'm tracking everything specifically. And I do it every night. Even if I go 0-5 or 1-4, I'm not going to shy away from doing it, because I know if I neglect doing it one day, I'm going to have to catch up on it eventually. So yeah, I mean, everything here is tracked, and you can see here, I'll show you, like lately, it's been really, really solid. All these wins and losses, but let me know when you're ready for me to show you what I have now.
I want to go back to the insights real quick and ask a couple questions here. When you see that you have, that's a beautiful stretch right there.
Yeah.
When you see that you have a 17% ROI in that 7 p.m. window versus negative 35% in that 1 p.m., obviously very small sample size there. How does that factor into your daily process, bets that you're willing to take versus ones that you like, but you may pass on? Does it have anything to do when you have the ability to zoom out and look at this from a big picture?
Yeah, I mean, at this point of the season, enough data can suggest that this is a really profitable time spot, and I can't ignore it, right? Whereas like this is only 24. I consider anything more than 75 like sufficient enough for me to really believe in. But I think the reason as to why I'm so good around these 5 to 7 is because we're at the point of the season right now, post All-Star break with NBA, where players are questionable coming into the slate. Every single team is not filing a confirmed lineup until right before they play. So honestly, I think you get the most edge once you get the most clarity. So if like a player like Joel Embiid on the 76ers gets ruled out, I know that for sure for the props, and I'm not going to get screwed over. Whereas if I did that maybe at 1 p.m. and I didn't wait and I wasn't sure if Embiid was going to be playing or not, and let's say he gets ruled out, then I'm kind of screwed. So yeah, I mean, I just think like this time span from 5 to 7, like I tell people outside of work, like everyone has a 9 to 5 job, but I have a 5 to 9 job.
Yeah.
Like this is my 5 to 9 job.
Well, it's a very profitable one, that's for sure. That hourly
Yeah,
wage.
no, and it's nice, man. And like around this time, I grab some coffee right before, and I kind of just get dialed in. Like this, everyone knows that follows me in the Discord. They know what not to expect a lot of things in the overnights or like the mornings. And by the time 5 to 7 comes, like that's when the majority of the content comes out.
Right when the 9 to 5s are closing their computers is when they're pulling up their phones to hop in Discord and see the legend cook.
Yeah.
I want to see. Let's move over to the new upgrades. Obviously,
Okay.
this is in depth and
Yeah.
incredible, but there's a version of this that's a little more aesthetically pleasing, you could call it.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. So this was last year, and then over the summer, I really kind of like leaned into AI a lot. And I was able to, through the help of Base 44, build a dashboard where everything is like a lot more better user interface wise, and you can see everything more clear than just like behind a spreadsheet, right? So you can kind of see right here, like prop DNA, like 7-1 on these points and rebound props. Here's the recent ones over here and what they were finished with, and you got like the profitability. It's a really cool dashboard. You got me over here, PB with the Pele Larson jersey.
I think I saw. Did you score a Pele trading card?
Yeah. That was some nice content. So yeah, I mean, he is the GOAT. He is the cash cow in the Discord. So I'm probably I think I'm gonna hold on to it and probably do a giveaway with it. I think that kind of makes sense and have like a signed giveaway. We got to see where he is at the end of the season. Maybe we're 25-1 with them. Who knows?
When you have a guy that you are
Yeah.
seeing the board clearly with, like, will you go back to that well more often than others? Or are you really just letting the numbers guide you?
Yeah, I don't pick and choose, because if I started to do that, then it would be a little bit more like subjective rather than like data driven. And that's not to say like I don't, go out of my way to do it. Like Pele Larson is a player I just happen to know how he plays basketball, like teams that he does well, situations where like he may get minimized because of players coming in, or maximized when players are out. So there are certain players I see the board clearly with, and obviously there are others that I don't. But I don't ban players, and I think that's a good point to bring up, because a lot of people in the industry, they have this like banned list, and I think it's a cool comeback story if like if you go 0-7 on a prop and then it hits. It's like, see, this is what happened when you don't ban players.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, so yeah, you can kind of see over here like the run where we had. So coming into All-Star break, we were sitting at like plus 15 units, and I mean, look at this, like we're doubled that in 2 weeks. And then you got like it's like a running pretty much like weekly tracker over here, and you know had a bit of like an annoying day yesterday, but I feel really good about these 4 plays today.
Well, I want to jump into those 4. I don't want you to give all your secret sauce up, but obviously it's just been a tremendous run in the second half here.
Oh, I'll show you one more thing too. So there's also this is something new too. So you can kind of see a today's card. This is eventually like this is still behind the paywall, and eventually I'm gonna like release this to the public so people can see. But yeah, you can kind of go into the past matchups. You can see over here I went 7-4. If you want to learn more about the player, you can see like a quick analysis, then you can see the full analysis over here. So yeah,
this is insane, dude.
It's got
You're a machine.
So I'll stop. You want me to stop sharing, or
no? You gave out a great call regarding the ban list, and that's a great educational point. The other one that I wanted to hit on is the way that you adjusted your tracking this year, in that you have the best line available unit total as well as like the average. available. Do you want to talk a little bit about the importance of line shopping, having access to different books, and how that's impacted you in this
Uh,
season?
yeah, no, it's a good question. So I think everyone does the best odds, and I think coming into the season, I was a little bit against marketing myself as the best odds because not I know that not everyone can get it, but that would really be counterintuitive to what I preach in that you need to line shop. Like you should judge a server's Discord if they have more than 3 or 4 props, and if that's the best one, then the best odds there. That's how you judge a Discord's like performance. But the average odds, I say it's like this is kind of like what it would be if, transparently speaking, like you got the average of the four, not the best line. So like you can kind of see realistically where you would be at, and I think members appreciate it. So yeah, I think it's something different that people should be doing to be more realistic with their product and their tracking. And I kind of implement it going into the season. People have really liked it.
Fantastic. The last thing, and then I want to transition into this evening's slate and the NBA as a whole. Do you have the tab in which you show how much you won or lost the given bet by? I remember last year.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about this one, because I think this one is fascinating. Where
Okay. Over here as well. So a lot of people they like to hyper focus on hooks, negative. So green is when a hook happens, but it was for us, right? So Hartenstein over here, we had under 8.5 rebounds for him, but he had 8. So like it was right there. Like that's a hook for us. And then the red ones is like obviously the negative. But yeah.
I love seeing, obviously there's some variance to those. Sometimes it's going to benefit you, sometimes it's going to hurt you. My favorite ones when we're going through the sheet are where you have the perfect read and you have a guy over 9.5 points and he puts up 25. Like those are the fun ones.
Oh, like Pele Larson. Yeah, he had 10.5 and he had 20.
Yep. Awesome, PropBomb. Well, let's transition into your take thus far on the NBA this season. Who you like, who you think has a chance to win. Are there any futures that you're targeting? Any thoughts that you have that people can use to their advantage as we head towards the closing stretch of the regular season?
Thoughts wise, yeah. I mean, I think it's a really interesting stretch. Teams pretty much at this point are revealing their ultimate kind of like identity. The teams that are tanking, they don't give a shit anymore, and they just aren't trying, and you can tell. And then there's the winning teams that have definitely been improving. And one team I've been always kind of big on coming into the season is the Charlotte Hornets. They have completely turned around their season coming into it. They have invested in better talent. In the trade deadline, they got Kobe White. They have a top 5 offense and defense since the break, and are a top 5 in net rating. And it seems as though LaMelo Ball, like that was kind of like the biggest thing with him, is he a win first, team first player? And we've seen many times, or I've seen at least when I'm watching the games, like he has been very unselfish and he's playing. So yeah, team that I'm really liking is the Hornets. And as far as like, and I'm from Miami, so I would say like I like the Miami Heat over 44.5 win total. If you could take that, they have a really easy stretch coming up. Dash and I were talking about maybe going to a game. I mean, they're going to be playing, I think, like 5 of their next 6 games at home against like tank teams. It's like they're playing the Nets, the Wizards. So that's a good time to rack up. And yeah, like Hero is healthy. So yeah. I mean, the Hornets are a team to really watch out for.
I love that call. And that's some fun odds. I'm seeing them being quite a long shot.
Yeah, that'd be crazy, right?
You can get some serious value at 150 to 1 on them to win the finals. And I love your call on the Heat over 44.5. If anybody knows Miami Heat basketball, it's this guy right here. How about in terms of player awards, is there anybody showing value in your opinion, whether it be MVP, Rookie of the Year, Most Improved, Defensive Player of the Year? Anybody that you're liking for any of those kind of primetime major awards?
I'm gonna just give me 1 second. I just want to see on DraftKings right now. I'm on my other screen. Let's see, player. There was a player that stood out to me. Hold on, for Most Improved.
Love it. I got to get my book out right away. Whatever you're throwing, there's going to be some line movement.
Well, okay, now he's not been playing. Let me see something. I'll just go with Coach of the Year. To be honest with you, I think plus 320. I tweeted it last night. Plus 320 for Joe Mazzulla, the coach for the Celtics, to win it. I think everyone wrote them off coming into the season, the Celtics, right? No Jaylen Brown. They got Luka Garza, Neemias Queta. Like, how are they even going to like compete? And this is a team now that is top 3. They're going to get Jason Tatum back this month. They're going to make a push probably to get to the number 1 seed. I mean, I think it's still going to be Detroit, but Mazzulla, I mean, it's just really amazing to see how he adjusts as a coach to specific matchups and how he always has the right lineup combinations. He never has like, he'll have a spot starts for certain players because they're well in certain matchups. And I think he's a very smart coach. So plus 320 for Mazzulla to win Coach of the Year at DraftKings is nice. 6th Man of the Year. I would have said, yeah, I guess Naz Reid's the current favorite. That's pretty solid. Who was the guy that they just got? Yeah, Kobe White could, but yeah, I mean, he's just getting started. But yeah, I guess like my most confident is this Joe Mazzulla.
I love that call. They've dealt with injuries.
Yeah.
To your point, pretty much everybody had written them off and
yeah,
put them in a great place to win. So I want to transition a bit to tonight. You've done your research. You've locked in some plays. I don't want you to give away all the secret sauce. You do have a 30% off promo running right now. Is there anything that you're interested in teasing out? We had a funny conversation just yesterday about the stuff that you give out for free hasn't been breaking.
Yeah, I don't even want to. I'm kind of like nervous even giving it out, man, because I know it's going to be a loser. Yeah, no, it's crazy. Like, yeah, it's frustrating, but yeah, I gave out 4 plays. All of them have honestly moved, so I could still give out. Like at this point, it's if it moves down, I like 2 spots. First of them is Mark Williams on the Phoenix Suns. I like his over 10.5 points. It's 11.5 now. They're playing the Sacramento Kings. This is a buy. This is like stock trading. It's a buy low spot. He hasn't hit it in 5 of his last 6 games. He's played extremely tough defenses. The Spurs, the Magic, Donovan Clingan and the Trailblazers. He got in foul trouble last game versus the Lakers. And now he's on a 4-game rest where Devin Booker comes back into the starting lineup. And I think that's going to help him because he's a good pick and roll partner with him. And the Sacramento Kings are just absolutely terrible on defense. It's one of the softest matchups. If he could probably get it done in 3 quarters. Even a guy like DeAndre Ayton was able to do it. And everyone is kind of like sour on him. So the fact that he could, I don't see why Mark Williams can't. So I like the over 10.5. And then I also played, so I'll give out 2. Where was it? I'm just looking back. I gave out Daniel Gafford on the Dallas Mavericks under 6.5 rebounds. And yeah, it kind of goes back to what I was telling you about the Charlotte Hornets. They're just a really, really elite offensive team that don't miss a lot of shots. They have a lot of really good players like LaMelo Ball, Con Knuckle, Brandon Miller that and very smart and know how to target centers on offense to pull them out of the paint, to contest shots rather than rebound. And there's some huge blowout risk. So I don't think that he's going to be playing in garbage time. And yeah, like over the last 15 games, the centers against the Hornets are permitting the fewest rebounds. So yeah, I like the under 6.5 rebounds for Gafford.
I love that. Gafford under 6.5, Mark Williams over 10.5 points.
Yep.
That is a beautiful thing right there. You are an absolute beast. We do have some comments.
Oh, nice. I didn't know this was live.
We got one here. What you think about the Wolves? Any thoughts on the Wolves?
The Timberwolves. Yeah, no, I mean they got a squad. Yeah, they just got Mike Conley back. Like they ordered him. They just got Ayo DeSumo. I know Lou's watching. That's his guy, Chicago Bulls guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He fired it in the comments. Love this squad.
Yeah, no, they could make a run too. They've always kind of like have just been there when like they were like inches away from the finals the other year. They just need what they need is honestly offensive production when Edwards is off the court. And Iowa's pretty solid. I mean, they got Naz Reid. So, yeah, they just need a lot of offense because they got the defense for sure.
I love it. This has been yet another great opportunity to learn from you. You do everything the right way. You've built an awesome community. You've now built a badass website. So now it's just time to cash some tickets tonight and finish the season strong.
Let's do it. Yeah, no, I'm excited to be on here, and let's go 2-0 on these plays.
I love it. Just one more time. Gafford under 6.5 rebounds. Mark Williams over 10.5 points. You saw some value on Missoula to be coach of the year at plus 320, and some value as well on the Miami Heat over 44.5 wins as a result of an easy schedule down the stretch. So if you guys aren't following this guy already, go follow him at PropBomb on Twitter. He's one of the sharpest minds in the space and has the track record to prove it. Jordan, thank you very much for the time, and looking forward to having you on as we get closer to the playoffs.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Dash. Appreciate it.